The Truman Show has arrived on 4K from Paramount, and I could not be happier. I love this movie. I think it's nothing short of a masterpiece, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. But I want to thank Paramount for doing the right thing here. This is a 4K Blu-ray digital combo pack. That's 3 ways to watch this movie with one purchase. More and more, we're seeing studios dropping off the Blu-ray, which usually has all of the special features. That's the case here. Every special feature is on the Blu-ray. Without the Blu-ray, we don't have any of those features. Thanks to Paramount for carrying it over, so we have not only versatility, but we also have an archive of past special features. By including that Blu-ray, which I think is the exact same one from 2008, you were able to see what a huge leap forward the 4K is. That's a great transfer. I mean, it's a flawless transfer, probably. I would say for me, I'm a grain guy. The grain is very fine here. It's very smooth. You almost don't even see it. So for me, I'm like, should it be that clean? But I know I've heard you guys. You want the cleanest presentations possible, and this is a very clean presentation. Huge step up from the Blu-ray. Let's talk about this movie and why it matters. This is Jim Carrey in 1998, coming off of one of the most epic comedy runs of the last 50 years. It's between, just a few years. We got Ace Ventura, we got Dumb and Dumber, we got The Mask, all the way up through Liar Liar. Then 1998 hits. I was among the ticket buying audience that paid to see this movie in theaters back in 1998. We didn't know what to think about this movie. We're like, wait a minute. This Jim Carrey's not being really funny. He's a little funny, but it's a movie that has a lot of heart. I mean, really, the humanity of this movie is bleeding all over the place. This is a movie about who we are, what makes us who we are, our drives. It is so ambitious. It's ahead of its time. We talk about things being ahead of their time probably too much. That term's probably used too often. This movie was legitimately ahead of its time because it predicts social media. It predicts living in a bubble where everybody is watching you. It predicts the 24-hour news cycle. It predicts, like live streaming and all this stuff where everybody's invested in the lives of someone that they're watching on television. Reality TV. None of that was really a thing in 1998. This was just a little bit ahead of its time, but it's wonderful. And Jim Carrey is, this is the guy who soon would do, the next year, Man in the Moon. And then, a little bit after that, The Majestic, and then Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This is relatively, the beginning of that Jim Carrey. I do check in with this movie from time to time, but the older I get, the more it hits me. And now I'm to the point now when I watch this, it is just heartbreakingly beautiful. Just heartbreakingly beautiful. And I'm not going to spoil this movie for you because I know there are going to be people who are seeing this that haven't watched this movie and maybe seeing it for the first time by blind buying this new 4K. And that's something we should talk about. A lot of times when we see these, people are like, oh, it's a double dip. I already have the Blu-ray. Why should I get the 4K? These 4K releases are a chance for a lot of people to discover movies for the very first time. There's a new generation entering home media fandom that will be seeing this for the first time. Not everything is for the old timer. This is the Blu-ray on the disc has these features. It's carried over, as I say, how's it going to end, the making of the Truman Show, faux finishing, the visual effects of the Truman Show, deleted scenes, photo gallery. Listen, those are nice to have. I'm so grateful that they're here. I wish there was something new and a little meatier. There's no commentary here. There's no real digging into what this movie, the ambition of this movie. Really, that's what it comes down to. This movie's so ambitious. It's got so much on its mind, and the idea of product placement in 1998 with reality TV product placement. We're still having these conversations 25 years later. First of all, I can't believe that this is the 25th anniversary of the Truman Show. I saw this multiple times in theaters, and I remember that experience. I remember who I was with when I saw it. 25 years, it's crazy, but it is a phenomenal movie, and I really appreciate Paramount's. They're one of the companies that, when it comes to home media, not necessarily Paramount Plus, when it comes to home media, I feel like they're listening to the fans. I feel like and home media and Paramount Plus are two completely different divisions. It's not even the same people. So I want to thank the people at Paramount in the home entertainment division that are listening to what the fans want, because they are really doing a good job with these releases. And The Truman Show is a must-have. If you haven't seen it in a long time and you're like, it wasn't as funny as I hoped it would be, funny isn't the point. This is a movie about who we are as human beings and about loss and emptiness and the drive to see what's beyond the horizon. You know, what is beyond? It's stunning. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video where you can click through and purchase it. That way you'll be supporting Cereal at Midnight. If you do, please subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of these 4K reviews. We're doing them all the time, and I appreciate you watching them. Do I do this? Yes. Thank you so much. Take care. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.